Good morning, everyone. Happy Memorial Day. I hope your weekend's been great. We just got back from our visit with my brother and sister-in-law yesterday, and I got a few pictures of her garden. I'm not sure what a lot of it is, but I'm going to do the best I can at naming some of them that I show you. So I just thought I'd do a little tour because Friday morning I drenched the gardens, all of them. I drenched them good, and because I knew we'd be gone for a couple days, and because here in Kansas we're in a drought and it's just dries up. It gets a little breezy or windy and it dries it all up. So the only thing that looked sad was my hydrangea, of course. It just needed some water and she perked right up, and maybe the it's my favorite one, my little soft leaf bunny ears. What is it? I'll get to it. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you around a little bit and see what things look like. I replanted my green beans. They didn't come up. I gave them 2 weeks and not one sprouted. They were barely sprouting when I left, but look at them now. Some of them are almost a couple, maybe 3 inches tall. So they are all sprouting. We're going to have beans. My rhubarb got big. Look how big that leaf is. So it's doing really well. Strawberries are about done. There might be 1 or 2 here and there. Everything's just grown. Look at the little tomatoes I got on my tomato plants too. They're looking great. The dahlias are looking good. They're getting taller and taller. Look at this one. This is I'm pretty sure it's the Burpee Super Steak. And the Rugers have lots of tomatoes on them, little tomatoes. You know, there's one, and there's one over here. This one, remember, it was just a tiny little seedling almost, and it's growing up. It's gonna catch up, I think. And let's see. Yep, good tomatoes. I got a group of 3 on here. They are just doing wonderful. And remember, I planted them in end of January or first part of February, way too early, and had them downstairs. And a lot of growers say, oh, they're not going to do very good. Well, you just put them down a little deeper in the ground, because the deeper they go, the more roots they make. And the more roots they make, the better they do. So I have this vine that I'm constantly pulling. And they all look great. Now some of these smaller ones, I did like in March. I started them in March. These I started, well, the Rugers, I wintered them over. So I had 4 plants of the Rugers, and then I had a lot of Super Steaks, and I had Johnny's Big Beef Plus, and I had the less acidic ones, and oh, what else did I grow? The vivacious ones. And then I get into these smaller ones, which are the Super Sauce and the Atlas that I did a little later. They're all doing really well. My zinnias are coming up, and I don't know about these, the New Day mix. I may have to reseed it a little bit just to see, because I don't think any of them came up. See, it's already dry, and I gave it a little water last night. I usually try to water in the morning. The helichrysum, I kind of took out a few because they were so close together. So I pulled a few of these last night, and the Art Deco zinnia, it's coming up good, and my status is doing well. The lilies, these are the apricot fudge. I can't wait to see them this year, to see how they do. They look like they need water. Usually my lilies don't need much water, but it's been so dry, so I'm constantly watering. Cosmos, these are the seashell cosmos. Baby's breath is going crazy, and it's on the pack it said it would. They said it would fill in wherever there's an empty spot, so that's why I put it in different places, so it could kind of wrap around the flowers and make it look like a bouquet in the garden. Lilies are coming up. All my black-eyed Susans, these were volunteers. These were over with the garlic. Garlic's doing good. So I pulled them out and put them in here. They may take. This is the Rudbeckia's cherry brandy, and so is that. This is this black-eyed Susan that I bought. It's a little different variety because the leaves are different on it, but it's a black-eyed Susan, and I bought it because I was afraid after tilling and tearing up the garden last fall, I was afraid I wouldn't get it back. But oh, they're coming back good. And another Rudbeckia cherry brandy. And then these are the Buddleia butterfly bushes. The potatoes are doing good. They're blooming. Almost all of them are blooming except for the red. The red's trying to catch up with the russets. Salvia, they've got buds on them. They have buds. Butterflies will be over here. And of course, the Sweet William always looks beautiful. The ranunculus, they can't decide if they want to stay or go. It's been kind of hot on some days. The Gomphrena is coming up, doing real well. It's got blooms, little blooms. Asters are getting tall. Let's see what else I have in here. The new variety of dianthus. It's starting to get a little taller. It's taking its time, but it's a perennial, so it'll get bigger every year. These look really nice. They are looking good. And ornamental peppers. They should be turning colors before long. And goodness, I can't think of names this morning. Should be so easy. And I'm trying to grow a tree for a friend, so I got several out here to see which one's gonna be the tree of choice. And the herbs, they're just hanging out. This one I'll have to replant it with something. Something got in here and dug and dug and dug over the weekend. I'm thinking of probably a squirrel because my kitties were inside. And of course the opal basil is got buds on it. Oh, it should be pretty. And cilantro is not looking so good, but that's okay. I just basically have these herbs out here, maybe to use a few of them, but to keep some of the pests away. Whether it's really doing that very well or not, I don't know, but I'll try anything. Coleus is looking good. Geraniums, that's what I'm thinking. These geraniums are looking really good too. They should be putting on flowers before long. As fast as they're growing now, they took hold. And I may take out some. I've got 4 hanging baskets that I need to put in, and one of my favorite nurseries has doing a 40th anniversary 40% off everything sale, and I'm going to run over there today. Aren't we, Simba? Simba was kind of beside herself. This is the first time that we left Simba. We've left Lucy for a couple days before, but Simba was just, I don't know, quiet. She don't meow much right now. I don't know. She was just like, you gonna leave me again? Anyway, the sedum is doing okay. It's growing a little bit. The alyssum coming out the container is doing good. It should be blooming soon, and poppies are coming up real nice. I don't know if the daisies, African daisies, are going to make it, but you know, we'll see what happens. They might need a little bit more of the hot, humid weather. I don't know. The asters in there looking good. I did I don't know if I'm not watering enough or too much of the bleeding heart. She's got some new growth. I didn't water her over the weekend, but it looks like she's dying off more, so maybe she needs more water. I don't know. I don't know what her problem is. These are starting to get big. The celosia is getting big, and these will be up on the, it'll be trailing up the fence soon. And this one too. I planted 3 little seashell. No, don't go after that bug, Lucy. Here, Mommy will let you out. There you go. Cosmos. 3 little cosmos, seashell cosmos here. And they're growing up nice. They'll get there. They're a little slow because of where they're planted at. The zinnias over here popped out that I planted, so I hope nothing eats them off again. Keep some of these weeds out, but they're going up good. Zinnias are pretty easy to grow. So these are all zinnias right here, so they should be okay. And let's see what we got going on over here. Oh, let's check out this. I took it out of the full sun and put it over here, and look, the leaves all got green. So they're happy here. And the geraniums over there. The geraniums. I don't know what I call them, but they're geraniums. And these are getting bigger all the time. The impatiens and the Liguorlia, they're doing wonderful. You know, it's not even June yet. It's almost June. The, let's see, Coreospis is really blooming out. Look at those blooms, aren't they pretty? And I think the black pearl pepper rooted in and is happy now. So I'm not sure what this is, but I let it grow because it's got pretty leaves. I don't know if it's part of the Jacob's coat or what, but I'll leave it in here. Everything is pretty up here. The Coreospis and the pincushion. And these have got buds. The allium's got buds, so they should be blooming pretty soon. My rose bush, I don't know, I'm the only one in town that doesn't have a blooming rose bush. But I haven't seen any aphids on it since I sprayed it that second time. So I don't see any aphids on the new growth at all or anywhere. They I don't know. I don't see any buds on it though. That's the thing. It's not budding. So I may take it out and put something that's pretty up here. You know, it's, the green isn't ugly, but it just, I really want it to bloom. I want something here blooming. So I may take it out one of these days, and when I get something to replace it, maybe a clematis. I think I would like a clematis, but once I get something to put there, I'll go ahead and take it out. I feel bad, but because we've had this for so long, because my husband had them up against each tree on each side, and then one in the middle here when it was a big round garden, because it used to be big round all the way around the trees. So, you know, I mean, I could probably take it and see if it would grow in the backyard somewhere where it gets really full sun. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm not completely decided on this. But I do know I want something that is blooming up front here. So, but the Coreospis, she's doing good, and the pincushion growing with lots of buds on it and blooms. And the hydrangea, last year we only had one bloom, but this one has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 on it. And look, my lamb's ear is blooming. Isn't that pretty? That's so pretty. And the phacelia is doing good. I need to pull these weeds now that I know what it looks like. And this must be the dodiscus. These little things. So now that I know what they look like, I can pull my weeds. Which I know these are weeds, but I just didn't want to take a chance of grabbing a seedling while I was pulling weeds. So, and I know those are mimosa trees, and I know these are oak or maple leaves and trees. So, and then I got, I think that's forget-me-nots there. And I think these might be bachelor buttons, maybe. Can't remember what all I threw in here, but I think that was it. And I got some weeds to pull. Once I start pulling weeds, I can't stop for some reason. The celosia, look how pretty. I love that. It's so vibrant. Asters are starting to come up more. They're kind of slow. The hostas back there. Oh, look at the pensamon. She's pretty. She's real pretty. And the blanket flower, I really like her. I really like these new ones I got. I really do. And of course the mum for fall, and I don't know. This is where the elephant ear is, and I'm hoping it comes up. We don't know. I may just have to go buy one that's already growing. That's what I may have to do, or do something else. And what I'll do, if I do, I'll just plant it like in front or behind where I planted that one, or real close to it, so that if it does grow, if it does finally grow, they can grow together. Alright, there's some alyssum. It's finally starting to bloom in here. Look at the nasturtium. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. I really like this. This would be good for a trellis too. And I probably need to switch the tubs so it can get a little more sun to get started too, so it could get going. And there's my black petunias. Okay, let's go take a look at the let's go take a look on the side of the house. I have the astilbes with a celosia in there, a volunteer celosia, gladiolas. I just love this grass. It was something that just grew up in this dirt that we got, but I just like it. I like the way it looks. And the bunny tail grass, the amaranthus, look how huge this one is. It's so big. And they get real tall. They get like 72 inches tall. Here's one of those green poinsettias. They keep growing. I keep pulling them out. They're supposed to be toxic, but I think red ones are too. But I think it's kind of pretty, but I don't really want them growing and spreading, because it seems like they have. There's a lot of them that I pulled out. Yeah, they're looking real nice this morning. They're happy. They're happy. The dahlias over here are happy. The phacelia over here is happy. I had the hibiscus over here. I don't see any of it yet. Sometimes it takes a while. It takes 2 to 5 weeks, they say, to sprout. And then the bachelor buttons. So, it's all doing good. And of course, the buglegrass. It's starting to go down my rock wall. That's what I put it there for. I wanted it to come down the wall. So, it's starting to do that. I got some in here. Yep. And there's the earworm. Big old thing. Can't wait to see what it does this year. And the salvia back here. I'm not sure if they're going to do very good back here. They may not get it. I think the earworm shades it too much, maybe. So I may have to do something else with those. I don't know. I suppose I could, you know, maybe put them up here. Put one up here maybe. Because I can always move this. This isn't going to be here forever anyway. I could put them both in here. And that way they'll get a little more sun maybe. Oh, you are. So maybe that's where I'll put them. I'm about to run out of room. Can't wait to see when these bloom. Oh yes, I will be showing these off for sure. They're the prickly pear cactus. And I think they come from the east. There is differences in where they come from. So they're the eastern prickly pear cactus. And then my chrysanthemums, and I'm going to get a stand so we can hold these up a little bit more so they don't get run over by the mower, and a couple black-eyed Susans and some more Bullaea butterfly bushes, and then my English lavender is doing real good in here. So this lavender's blooming. And the mum, and a little piece of lavender there, and lavender there, and a lavender there. We don't need any more mimosa trees. And I have a few snapdragons in here as well. They came up by themselves. They volunteered to show up and add some pretty to the garden. So I'm going to let them do that. And my little bit of yarrow that I'm going to let grow just over here. I might let that grow too. But that's it. Because it just spreads. The roots spread. The roots will spread it all over. So, and it is in here. I pull it all the time. But I'll let them two grow because I do like it. It is pretty. Look how pretty this alyssum is. Isn't that pretty? There's a couple geraniums lost in here. But I don't know if they'll grow up. They might this fall. They might come out and say, hey, I'm here. And let's see, what else? Oh, yesterday. I put it in my insect app. It was like, at first I thought it was ants all over. You know, I had this container full of catnip, and it was so pretty, doing so well. But it was little aphid flies. I guess it came from the little gnats, and they had laid eggs underneath the leaves. Oh my goodness. I just got the hose. What I did, I cut it all back. I put it on the ground and I hosed it, and I hosed it real good to get all of those off the leaves. And I just stuck them, I let them dry out a little bit, dry off the water a little bit, so they didn't have water all over them. And I put them in a freezer baggie and put them in the freezer. I'm like, surely if there's anything left on them, that they'll freeze and die. So that's what I did with the catnip, because I didn't want to lose it. So what I'll do, I have to go get dirt and potting soil this week because I have 4 hanging baskets to do. And I'll fill this back up and I'll seed some more catnip. And hopefully I won't have that problem again. I'm going to spray over here. I did. I sprayed, but I'm going to spray again and again. Make sure, because that was terrible. I didn't even want my cats eating it. So these look all good now. I sprayed it with BT after I sprayed them down, and they didn't seem to have anything on their leaves. That's just dirt, I think. So yeah, I cut it all down and put them in freezer baggies and put them in the freezer for winter, or if we need it before that. So you know what, guys, that's it. That's all I have today. Nothing. We're good. It's Memorial Weekend. I may go and get my at least my plants that I want to put into the hanging baskets, and then either today or tomorrow I'll get the dirt, the potting soil, and I'll have some pictures of that. I'll have some video of doing that, and GW be here to help me. I think that'll be his handle, GW. So anyway, you all have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.